I don't know what's around my neck, but it's just as tight as it is hard to see.
My name is Hayley Reardon, and I'm a singer-songwriter from Marblehead, Massachusetts.
No, I'll never know myself like mine.
The first summer when I first got into writing, it was summer coming out of the 5th grade and going into 6th, and I was kind of just bored and kicking around the house, and there was always a guitar in the living room. And I asked my dad to show me some chords and picked that up, and after I kind of had a couple things to play with on the guitar, the only natural thing to do for me felt like start writing songs, and so I kind of spent that whole summer writing and writing and writing. I had written a song about a friend of mine that went through a really hard time with bullying when I was in 7th grade. I just didn't know how to help, and I didn't know what to do. It was kind of my own helplessness. I found Teens Against Bullying and the Pacer Center kind of on my own through the internet, and I found a lot of comfort in what they were doing and kind of got myself through the situation more than my friend. So I contacted Pacer and I sent them my song, and I got in touch with a woman named Julie Herzog, who's the executive director of Teens Against Bullying specifically, and she loved the song and had this idea to kind of work with me to come up with a toolkit to send out to classrooms across the country as a part of their National Bullying Prevention Month, which is every October.
It's hard to feel strong when you're feeling so alone, and it's hard to.
The next year came around and we pulled another one of my songs, Stand Together, and did a similar toolkit that was a little more focused on not just anti-bullying, but unity and coming together.
Playback. Action.
There's a place you know where the artists go and honey colors line the sky.
And this year I got to do a very similar kind of thing, and I put in 2 songs, Where the Artists Go and Tribe, which I don't think directly relate to bullying really at all, but they're about unity and they're about individuality and learning to accept and value that. And I'm so proud of the exercises and the toolkit that we came up with this year, because I think it's really powerful, and I'm excited to get it out there this October. After my songs went out in the Pacer Center's toolkits, for the first year, I would come home from school in 7th grade getting messages from kids every day telling me how they relate to the song and how they've been bullied and how their friends have been bullied and how they've bullied kids themselves. And it was really kind of enforcing of the issue and made me be like, wow, this isn't just a fluke that it went on with my friend and that just one thing I went through. I was like, wow, maybe this song really does need to be shared. And then I got thinking about if I had a room full of my peers, what would I want to say? And what is it that my music has allowed me to do? And every kind of question I would ask myself around those lines would all come back to, I found my voice. Like, my music allowed me to find my voice. And so I kind of sat down and built an in-school program. We call it my Find Your Voice program.
You see the beauty with one hand open, one glass tight.
The song Where the Artists Go was inspired by an 8th grade social studies project. And at the end of the year, we were assigned a project where we had to draw ourselves exactly how we saw ourselves. I got paired up with a boy that I didn't really know very well at all. And I didn't know that he could draw, but he was an unbelievable artist, and he had drawn his body all in black and white, and then coming up out of his head was this explosion of like thoughts and colors and symbols and ideas. I went home that day and I couldn't stop thinking about him and his drawing. Since then, it's kind of become my thing to look for the artist in everyone and to look for the color and the explosion everywhere I go and in everyone I meet. This album is almost sort of a concept album, and it all kind of follows the theme of being an artist and finding what it means to be an artist and chasing whatever it is that makes you passionate and makes you feel alive. The front looks beautiful. It was inspired by the drawing that the boy did. And we put together a booklet on the inside that's filled with my stories about why I wrote the songs and where they came from. It's supposed to be the diary behind the songs. I know what it's like to want something different than everyone else around you, and to feel like the more you find yourself, the less of you they understand. I wrote this song about learning for myself that all we need to be is what makes us feel alive, and eventually we'll find our tribe, a group of people who understand and don't want for us to be anything but ourselves. And that's what I wrote for Tribe, which is one of my favorite songs on the whole record.
Let it go, little girl, 'cause what this world needs is for you to be exactly who you want to.
I want people to embrace their explosion and embrace what makes them different, because that's what my music's allowed me to do. I guess my goal is to create a chain reaction of people who are who they are and want to be who they are.
She's gonna listen.